have audio in the background.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll deafen here for a sec. I gotta pull up Twitch. Where's freaking Twitch? All right. All right. All right. All right, we're getting started here in a moment, guys. All right. All right. Just need the pulling up the spreadsheet. Rico, what did Rico put that? And I might have it here. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the music on. Totally forgot about the music. Sorry, guys. First time. Still working it out. Here we go. Let's get the music going. Actually, let me get it in this tab. I did prepare a little playlist for us, so that's gonna be nice. Let's see, playlists. Boom. Here we go.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. But there is another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by purpose, defined by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be
All right.
among the
Yes, I'm using SoundCloud, so there's going to be an ad every once in a while. Though during the races, I'll be talking. I didn't have time to like download the music and put it in a different playlist. Sorry about that. Things I can fix for next time. All right, let's do it, guys. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's GD Marble bringing you live coverage of today's GD World Tournament. It is going to be Group C today, 3 levels. They will be racing on 20 minutes for each level. The levels today are the Flawless, Gridlocked, and Retention. Each level has a special qualifying percentage that if you surpass that percentage, you get the points equal to the percent you die at. Then it has a special bonus qualifying percentage that if you pass that percentage, you get both the percentage points that you die at plus a bonus 50. And of course, if you beat the level, you get the 100% points plus 100 full points of bonus for beating the level. The first level up on the chopping block today is going to be the Flawless. And I think it's time that we meet our players before we begin. All right, so everyone who's playing today, say hi to everyone out there. You are live now.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, a welcoming response here. All right, so if all 4 of you are ready, we can get going here in a moment. Just give me a confirmation that you have the level up, the Flawless. You should be on the Flawless. You should be waiting in the menu screen for me to start the timer.
Sorry, I was on a run.
That's okay. All right.
All right, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see everybody's screen. They're all up. So without
Yes.
further ado, are you guys all ready?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I wish you all luck. 20 minutes are going to be on the clock, and you'll, of course, be racing for the qualifying percentage, which for the first level here is
66.
66. Yes, there we go. Sorry about that. And can we get a number on the bonus qualifying percentage as well?
There is no bonus qualifying percentage.
Oh, there is no bonus for this one, different from some of the other races, indeed.
No,
All right.
it's you get if you get 66 plus, you get the points you died, and if you beat it, you get 50 plus points, so 150.
All right, yeah, so a little bit different than some of the previous races, but indeed a similar idea. So with that all being sorted out, let's get started, guys. I'm going to start the timer so you guys can get started. 20 minutes on the clock, and they are racing. And before we started the tournament, I had a chance to talk with all of the players and get a sense of how they're feeling about today's tournament. And I talked with Tenno, and he seemed to like the Flawless. He thought it was a pretty cool level. Gave it a 7 out of 10.
Wait. 1 second. Because you did it, everyone stopped for a second because some didn't start, because there should have been a countdown to the levels.
Yeah, I want.
Yes, there should have been a countdown, and some people didn't start.
Alright. I'm in the menu again. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah. I thought you guys were all ready. All right, I'll
You
count
do-
you down.
you
I'll
do
count you in.
From 5, and then you say go evil, don't yet.
All right, everyone pause once more, and we'll get going.
Evil, you should get to the menu. Don't play yet.
Yeah, I'm in the menu now.
Okay. Then countdown.
All right, guys, I'm going to count you down from 5, and then I'm going to start the clock here, and this is going to be 20 minutes, all right? 5,
All right.
4, 3, 2, 1, and start. Everyone should be racing. Takma has started. It looks like everyone's still getting going here.
Yeah, the streams have a lot of delay. I suggest that Evil has about 15 seconds delay on his stream.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, okay, yeah, now I see him starting, yeah. A little bit of delay. That's alright, guys. The stream delay is part of the deal.
I'm just gonna force myself to be a co-commentator just because I'm very insecure about this.
No, yeah, that's alright. That's alright. But we're starting
And
here,
we see-
guys. And here in the bottom right corner, we already see Evil getting up towards the qualifying percentage at 66. Here he goes into
Not
the
Evil,
ball part.
Tagma.
Sorry,
It's Tagma.
Sorry, I still haven't worked out. I have it different on my OBS than on my front screen, so that's like a little weird. I better switch that, actually. All right. All right, well, we are sorting these things out, guys, and they're warming themselves up. All right.
Skycrab as well. And Tagma already beat it. Well,
And I'm still organizing the things on my screen. All right.
the qualifying percentage is 66% for this. And Skycrab as well, beating the level on basically first try. You probably didn't get a stream notification because we just streamed 2 hours before the D match and then had a 20-minute break between the streams.
Yeah, we didn't have a long break at all between. And now we're going here. All right, I think I've got everything set finally. So sorry about that, everybody. Definitely first time hosting, a little bit difficult with all the technology, but we are good now. And now we can turn our focus to these players. And you can see Tenno in the top right corner already having another far attempt up towards 50% as he heads into that cube part. Hitting all those orbs with confidence. As he heads towards the qualifying percent here, 66 is the number, and he's going to hit it into that slow ball part. That's the key. If you see that part, you know they're past qualifying. So we will be racking up points here. The question is how many? 75 and counting over that double spike and still going. The ship part didn't seem to be a problem for him. But then it's that final duel coming up here, which seems to be a bit tricky overall in this level. He takes it with ease. He's up to 90%. That asymmetrical duel, no problem, but he does fall a little bit short at 92. Just crashing there at that wave gravity portal. He will pick up 92 points, but that's about it. But look to the top left of your screen. We got Takma up to 66. That slow ball part yet again. And let's see if he can get any further. We already have some completions today on the level. So I'm sure these players are all in confidence, but Takma does fall short at that straight fly, which has a very difficult transition. I know from a little experience myself, it kind of a little bit auto, and then it kind of throws you in there from upside down, and it can be tough to sort yourself out over and over, but he does crash there, picking up some points. A little bit of look at our points on the flawless, and we got a lead from Tenno, only by a little bit though. 8 points in the lead, 158 to the 150 of Skycrab and Techmaster, who are currently tied. And they're all still going. No further attempts right now, except maybe Takma here as he heads towards 50 through the straight fly. Very good cadence on his straight fly. As he gets to that slow ball once more. Nearing it so close, 62 and counting. And yes, he will get there. He's qualified once more for points. Also on the bottom right corner of your screen, we got Evil up towards that qualifying point as well. The question is, will he get to 66? Yes, he will. 2 qualifying runs going at the same time here. We have 80% and counting here for Takma. 85, but he does crash right before the duel there into the ship part. Came a little bit short. Picking up 85 points, but that will be all. And in the same cadence, a decent run from Evil there in the bottom right corner. And now Tenno again here in the top to 66. Just as I say that, Slow Ball doing well. Taking those triple spikes like they're single spikes, to be honest. But how will he do with that straight fly? There, he's good through the transition. Now it slows down a little bit. Seems to be a little easier part for him. He had no problem with this part last time. He heads towards the duel part. How is he going to look at this duel? Pretty well. He was able to get through it the time before when he got 92. He's through it again. Will he get through that portal? Yes, he will. And going towards 100. 95% and counting up. And he does get to the final double, and he beats the level. That's another completion for Tenno. And he'll pick up 100 points plus the bonus 50 right there. And in the top left of your screen, we have another qualifying percentage from Takma as he's up towards 75. The qualifying runs are coming at a fury here. As this level, for these players, is quite easy, I'd say, compared to some of the levels that we've seen them complete. 90% here and counting up. That final portal, he takes it with ease. Through the wave part, he's coming towards that last double spike. Should be no problem. He jumps, and it is good. Picking up another 100% plus 50 points. And that's been a bunch of completions so far today. The stats for these players are extremely impressive. And we still have a lot of time left. We have 2 completions for Skycrab, but those are his only qualifying percentage. 2 from Tackmaster, and 1 from Tenno. Tenno lost his lead by 4 points now. Tackmaster has retaken that lead, being up by 4. We have a good run, but right there, crashes at that triple spike. Tenno in the top right corner. Will pick up about 72 points, though. Definitely not bad. Skycrab has been struggling today a little bit at the beginning of the level. Not too many runs past that 66 mark. But maybe he can pull it up back here in the end, though he's been very efficient with his qualifying runs. 2 completions when he's been able to get far, and here he's getting far again. You can see a good run. Also on the top left corner, Takma to the 66 point again. But Skycrab will crash at 56. Takma still going over the triple spikes. He jumps into this UFO corridor. That transition on the ship, not too much of a problem for him. His straight fly was clean. Click pattern, very good. Now he gets into this gray, glowing part as he heads towards the dual part, which is a little tricky to learn at first, but it's not too bad once you get the clicks down and you see he took it with ease right there. Gravity portal, no problem. Spams through the final wave corridors. And if he can nail this easy flying part, he will, and he'll jump and get to 100% once more. 3rd completion for Takma on the day, and he has a strong lead right now here on the Flawless. Remember, we have 3 levels today. The total of the points you gain in each of the 3 levels will be totaled to see your final comparison against all the other players, and the top 2 in points will be advancing. Another good 66 attempt on the right side from Tenno. Up to 70 and counting upward to the triple spikes. He crashed here once before, but he has no problem right there. And he'll be heading towards that 80% mark. He's been very good with this ship part at 80 so far. No problem again. To the dual part. Still going. And into this final wave part, but he crashes on the duel right before that wave part. Still good points, but that part is very difficult on the eyes asymmetrically, and he couldn't keep the ship and the wave nice and tight together. But we got an 85% run here on the bottom for Evil. He will get through that dual part, and he might have a completion on his hands. His first one, if he does it here, he flies. He jumps, and he is good for a completion. Good way to finish for Evil. And he's got his first 100% on the day. And I'm sure there's going to be more where that came from, as these players continue to beat away at this level. 9 minutes and 55 seconds to go on the clock. And it looks like the lead is easily held by Tackmaster right now, up 150 points. Takma on the top left. Another further attempt. He's going to get to that ball part. Yes, he is qualifying for points right here. Jumping over that triple. No problem. The series of triples here. Has absolutely no problem with those that transition into the ship. He does it easily. And he'll be heading towards that dual part likely. Seems like the 80 to 83 mark is a little bit of a break for these players. And he will get in to that dual part. Asymmetrical. The transition out of the duel, and he nails it, and he might have another completion. This might be his 4th one of the day. If he doesn't crash or choke here in the last 5%, he flies through the last gap. He jumps, and it will be a 4th completion for Takma. That's going to be an easy 600 points by completions only so far for Takma. Add in the other qualifying runs, and he is way in the lead right now over the rest of these players. And each of these players now all at the very beginning of the level, almost in simultaneous play. You can see Tenno and Evil on the right side of your screen both seem to be at the same exact percent. Very close. Trying to make a further run. Evil crashes there early, but it will be Sky Crab on the bottom left side of your screen up towards 66, and he might be able to have another chance to get to points, but no, crashes 2% right before that slow ball part. That's gotta hurt. That could have been an easy 66 points or more right there, but he could not turn it into anything useful. That's not good as time is running low. But Takma, again, 266 and counting. Might he beat this level 5 times in these 20 minutes? And you see Tenno following suit right there, up towards 66 as well. 76 for Takma, still going into the ship part. Seems to be autopilot for him at this point. You can't get any better than 4 completions in 10 minutes. Will he go for 5, though? That is the question. Getting through the duel, this transition out of the duel, no problem. He's got an easy wave coming up. Will he choke it? Can he stay calm? He will stay calm. He will fly, and he will jump, and he will beat the level. That's 5 completions on the day and 750 points from completions only. Tenno also crashed there, did not beat the level, but did pick up some points right there. And now the lead is solidly in Tackmaster's favor, up about 400 points, even on the second place player, Tenno, with 556. Tackmaster with about 980. He's going to break 1,000 probably before the end of these first 20 minutes. All players low in number right now, but again, Tenno counting upwards towards 60. He's at that 50 mark. Seems to be that first wave is what holds him back attempt after attempt. Not a super consistent wave. Slow, but annoying to start off a level. Not many levels start off with wave. Flawless is one of the few levels that begin with a wave part. Tenno now through the triple spikes and moving towards the 75 mark. He's flying well. Now he straightens himself out towards 81, 82. He will approach the dual part. He's beaten the level already, so he knows what to do through here. It's going to be a matter of keeping that mental game up. Sky Crab's on the bottom left, also with another far attempt up till 90. This could be his first completion. I mean, his first, third completion, sorry. And he will complete the level. And if I'm correct in saying so, that could be the third time. No, he has 2 qualifying percentages that aren't completions, but most of his qualifying percentages have been completions for Sky Crab. Another completion for Tenno, but definitely wanted to focus on Sky Crab there as he is lagging behind in points a little bit compared to Tenno and Takma. And it's good to see both of those players, Tenno and Sky Crabs, completing the level again, trying to narrow down that lead on Takma. Takma close to that 1,000-point mark. He has not actually crossed it yet. Struggled getting to that 66% over the last couple of minutes, and he will crash again just short of that mark. And we have 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go on the clock. And the lead is in Takma's favor by quite a long shot. All players on low percents right now. And if you want to hear more about Takma, he gave the Flawless a 5 out of 10. Not one of his favorite levels, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's been performing today. 5 completions on the day. That is unbelievable. You try to sit down and do 5 completions in 20 minutes. That is something that not many players could probably say they could do. He didn't think he was going to do well. He said the other players he's playing against are cracked, but he is tearing it up right now, being even more cracked than them. Hardest is Crimson Planet, Bloodlust, and Arctic Lights. His favorite level being Crimson Planet. And with that being said, Tenno, another qualifying percentage up till 66, now to 70 over the triple spikes he jumps. He struggled with them one attempt before, but he's still going. Straight flying into that auto part, but he falls short at a double spike. I know it was slow speed, but that's gotta hurt right there. Getting through all of this flawless gameplay and then falling short at that double spike, that can't be fun. But that's no matter. Sky Crab's on the bottom left corner, 80% still going. He might get another completion. Things have frozen up on his screen, but now they straighten out and it's 85%. He's into the dual part. He actually might be getting towards another completion, and I think that might be his 5th. Though it could be his 4th. I'd have to check with the officials and their score counting. He flies. He's through the final jump, and it's just a double spike on normal speed. And again, Takma doing the same thing almost simultaneously with Sky Crab. Takma's going to take up his 6th completion on the day. And Sky Crab with actually 4. Still extremely impressive. And Sky Crab has now surpassed Tenno, up 100 points on him. And the real last place player right now is Evil with only 292. But remember, there are 2 levels to go after this that could change the tide of the race. Tenno passed 1,000 points with 1129. That's really good for only 20 minutes of flawless play. We got a qualifying mark from Evil here. That's really good to see. He needs to get a lot of points here. Maybe a completion to put him up towards that 500 mark. Getting over that double spike. He's into that 80% mark. This ship part seems to be a break-in for all the players, and he struggles with it not right there. And to the final duel, but he crashes through the first jump. Jumps a little bit early and could not line himself up to get through that orb. Does get points, around 80 of them, but cannot pull through for a completion. But look at Sky Crab and Tenno. Tenno paused right there. No, he just died and then paused. Just short of the qualifying. But Sky Crab now picking up that consistency, getting a 676% run. That's going to put good points up on the board. And now with Sky Crab in second, every point he gets is counting towards taking over Tenno's position in first place. Takma's position in first place. A lot of similar names out there. Got to work through them. We got 75 from Takma there, but he crashes at the straight fly. That transition is hard because it's got an auto part in it that kind of pushes you upward, and then you got to straighten yourself out. Not easy. Sometimes the auto parts in levels, especially old ones, as mediocrely made as the Flawless, can be tough to maneuver. And you see it affecting Takma, who's beaten the level 6 times, still struggling a little bit with that part right there. All players at low percents. As we get up towards the end of the time here. 28 seconds to go to get points up on the board. And as soon as it hits 0, players can finish out their attempt, but no more than that. We got a good run here on the bottom right corner for Evil. Up towards 66. Can he at least put some points on the board here? He will. But how many is the question? And he'll crash at 69, and that'll be your answer. I'm not sure if they round up. I don't know. But even so, he was 69.4. And by the rules of math, rounding up is not going to occur there. That could be a slight advantage, putting those decimal points on. You might get a round up in your favor if you can get that 69.9. But that is something that probably won't make too much of a difference in the end. We got a further percent up there in the left corner for Takma, but he crashes around 50 and falls short of that moment. But the time is going to be up at this point. And all players will need to come to an end here in their final attempt. Sky Crab, this is his final attempt at 50. Once he dies here, it will be over for him. And same with Tenno in the top right. Sky Crab still going. 66, he will get points. He's the last one still going for points. 75 and counting. This could be a last-second completion as we head out of the first round. 80%. He flies towards that last duel. Handles that UFO no problem. Through that final duel, he's still going. That transition out of the duel, and he's going. He could have a completion. He's up towards 95. Through the wave part. Still going. Slows down. Jumps over the double spike, and there you go. A completion for Sky Crabs to end out round one. Unfortunately, Takma's far attempt in the top left does not count as time is done. But that will bring round one to an end. And let's take a look and see how our players are doing. You guys can unmute and tell us what your thoughts are. How are you doing first round? How are you feeling?
I feel kind of good and bad at the same time because I choked a lot of really good attempts at the end. I got 90 twice and 92 actually. So
yeah, and you did well. You got one full completion on the level 2, which is not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
And Takma, I got to hear from you if you're willing to unmute. Definitely, with 6 completions so far on the 20 minutes, I almost am speechless. How do you feel about that? You might not be unmuting for us, which is okay today. Sometimes silence is the best answer we can hope for. And he might stay silent here. But in the meantime, Sky Crab, 5 completions on the 20 minutes. That's got to be feeling really good for you, especially that buzzer-beating completion on the last second there.
Yeah, felt good.
Yeah, it's got to be some sort of confidence. And you only rated this level 5 out of 10, so for a level you didn't even really love, you still performed quite well. That's got to spell good things for levels like Retention coming up later.
Yeah, totally.
All right. Well, with that being said, guys, we're going to go to a break.
No
5
interest,
minutes.
no interest. Vete.
All right. I don't know what's going on there. With that being said, we're going to go to the break, guys. And we will see you in 5 minutes for the next level in the race, which will be gridlocked.
Oh, no.
Wait, Takma is first, right?
Huh? Yeah.
Takma is first. Who's third and who's fourth?
Announcing the points. Oh yeah, I'll tell them to you guys. Yeah, let me get this timer started for the 5 minutes.
I'm third. Whoa. I have some hopes. Takma, yeah, Takma is
Marvel,
crazy.
you're still audible in the stream,
Oh, do you want me to turn that off? Okay, I'll turn that off.
and we as well.
Is the break time over?
Yep, break time is over, guys, and we are back here on the scene. Getting started here with the second level, which will be gridlocked. The qualifying percentage is, let me tell you. Scrolling over here for gridlock, 55%, a little bit lower than the flawless by 11%, but must mean the level is a little more difficult on the beginning side. So we're gonna count down after these players confirm that they are ready to begin, and we will kick off the second 20 minutes here of the race.
I am ready.
Wait. The screens are black for Evil and Skycrab. Oh, now they're here.
Yeah, no, I think that's their streams. All of them are up for me.
No, that's not their streams.
Is my stream fine?
No, yeah, they're up for me. I see them all. All right. Well, are you guys all ready then?
Yes.
All right. Good, good.
I think my screen is froze.
On your end?
Yeah, Evil screen is frozen on your stream.
No, it's picked up for me now. I can see it
Yeah,
here.
but I mean on OBS.
No, yeah, it's on OBS.
no.
It's working for me. Evil's is good. I think it's just because they haven't started playing yet. Usually, because that was before. It was like kind of frozen, and then they started playing, and it sorted out.
Can you refresh Evil stream because he's not playing the flawless right now?
Oh yes, I can do that. Maybe it jumped back a little bit. That would be a little weird.
It probably did.
All right. Okay, yeah, his stream is updated. It should be in live mode now. All right. It should be all good now. How's it look?
Except if you could scroll up.
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, I have a thing for this. Full screen that. There we go. There we go, guys. All right, I think we're ready. Kicking off round 2. All right, again, everybody, just pause and ready yourselves. I'm going to count us down from 5, and we will begin round 2, 20 minutes. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. Into gridlocked here. And we are counting down on the clock. 20 minutes to get as many points as you can on gridlocked. A level that had a resounding dislike from the players today. Overall, negative reaction. 1 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 2 out of 10, and another 2 out of 10 from the 4 players rating it out of 10 as I asked them to do. So not very good numbers for gridlocked. Level may not be loved, but it still needs to be bested today. These players are looking to win today's race. We have Takma already on the left side getting up towards 55. Will he get there? Up to 40. Still going through this ship part. Seems to have no problems so far. Is he going to do it first attempt? That would be the question on the table right now. To 55, he will hit points here on the first attempt. Pauses for a sec, I don't know why, but he's still going. The asymmetrical wave gets through it. And still moving forward now up towards 75, and he will crash at 73. A good first attempt, getting out there all the way to 73 and picking up points. but he will come short of completing it by quite a bit. But that's a good way to start the second race, especially being up in the lead and wanting to maintain that lead for sure. And Tackmaster will be the only one with points on the board on this level so far with 73. Level seems to be a little bit more difficult from the beginning so far, but maybe they're just warming up. Take some time to get consistency in levels. And maybe Tenno will get up there. He's moving toward the 40 mark. But that's will he will stop. 15% shy of that qualifying percentage. And it seems to be a little bit of a stalemate for most of these players as far as putting points on the board. Gridlock definitely seems to be harder from the beginning, less straightforward flying and slow speed gameplay. That's kind of the benefits that the Flawless had. Yes, it's an older level with some tough transitions, but it had a slower cadence. It had some very easy parts that you could even one attempt in when first learning the level. And that kind of gave the players a lot of breaks and advantages when trying to make an attempt as far as 66. But now it seems to be picking up for these players 3 into the 30s. But Tenno will crash. Takma still going on the left side up till 45. We saw him get to 73 before, but 47 is where he's going to crash right there, right past that straight fly. And he will not progress. And this might be a good time to tell you the hard parts of this level. So Tenno really does not like 45. Tenno has told me that 45 is the dual part is very RNG and just not good luck with that part, as well as the second half of the level is difficult, and overall a resounding dislike for the pre-drop. And it's just inconsistency overall. A new best for Evil down on the right side with 33. His confidence on this level is not good. He says he is assuming to choke this level multiple times, as the second half is not a straightforward, simple part. Again, the same answer from Evil, but Evil, when I interviewed him Friday night, said he hadn't even played the level yet, so that could affect his performance right now, and it seems to be so. He has not really surpassed 33. He had not touched this level only about 24 hours ago, so that will be interesting to see how this unfolds. Imagine Evil being the victor in this round of the race, when he really didn't have much time or give himself much time to put into this particular level. So far, nothing exciting. Low percentages from these players. But like I said, this level is not loved by the general community. What about Skycrab? Skycrab saying the pre-drop is hard and awkward to play. And he says Slim Jim's part and past 50 is very difficult for him as well. And he has not gotten as far as that yet, so if that's the hard part for him, and he's not even getting up there, then that might be a worrisome situation for him. Will anyone soon get to a qualifying percentage? Well, we might have one right there, but a 49 crash for Tenno is going to put him back to the beginning of the level with 0 points to his name. And we got zeros on the board, everybody. Zeros on the board on this level for 3 players, except for Takma, who has qualified twice. And I venture to say that we may not see a completion in these 20 minutes. We got a 50% run and counting for Takma in the top left corner of your screen. 55 still going into that dual wave part, taking it pretty well. Now to the UFO, that asymmetrical wave spams well with a good cadence through now into the 70% area. He might have a new record here. Counting towards 73, he's past 73, and he will have a new record. Heads to this final 20% bid, and we might have an early completion from Takma, early in the relative sense, of course, seeing that no other player has put up points on the board quite yet, but he will crash early, just before the end of the level. picking up good points, but not able to complete the level. 211 for Tackmaster, 10-0, Evil 0, Sky Crab 0. Not very impressive performances on this level so far, but maybe it's one of those levels that you just need a little bit more warm-up time, and we might see the back 10 minutes be a little bit more exciting as far as qualifying percentages go. 12 minutes and 55 seconds and counting down on the clock. And not much to show for it. These players who are now Takma up towards 50%, and again Sky Crab down below up at 45, who might have his first qualifying points of the day. Takma for the third time past 60 and counting, and Sky Crab falls just short of that 55. Unfortunate. And still has a big goose egg on the scoreboard for this level. 73, 74, and 5. As Takma might get to the end of this level, and this time has a tougher end than the Flawless, so it's not guaranteed even to the final percent. But he's through that last bit into the 90% area. This could be big for him, and I believe that is the end of the level. It comes to an end right there. It's one of those 88% ending levels, which are more common to the modern era of GD. You don't see that often in older levels. You see him go right to that 98 jump in the Flawless, but in Gridlock, we come to an end around 88, so that's at least a little bit of a relief. Feel like you don't have to get into the 90s to even beat the level. That's nice. That's nice to know. And that might be why the qualifying percentage is only 55 for this level, as opposed to the other two, which are 66 and 65. Takma, again, with a completion. He's 100 points on the board. From that completion plus the bonus 50. And he is the only one with points. Scorekeepers not busy in the other three sectors. Sky Crab, Tenno, and Evil all struggling a bunch. They're going to need to turn it back in the next level, definitely. But Sky Crab has something to say about my comment, getting past the 55 mark, getting points on the board, and he will push towards 70. We remember with the Flawless, his first qualifying percent and second one were both completions, and he might do a first qualifying completion right now, but no, he falls short at 76. Just a little bit too late on that wave click, went up a little bit too high, and he's going to come short of that percentage, but he's got points on the board, and that's a lot to say for a level like this, as we are about the 10-minute mark, and we have only 2 players with points on the board. As I say that, Tenno in the top right corner of your screen up to 55, and he will get there into the dual wave. And now it's going to be 3 players with points on the board, the exception being Evil. He will crash at 62 through that transition out of the mini wave. So not mini points, but points are points, as you know, and all players now under the first 20% right now, just trying to get back towards the middle of the level. I gotta say, this level decoration-wise is not overly impressive in my opinion. It does have a deadlock feel, though. You gotta give it that credit. Feels like a 2.1 deadlocked in a sense. A lot of moving objects coming in from the top and the bottom. A lot of wave in general as well. And just that general upbeat movement of the level. Reminds me of a Toe 3 and Deadlocked kind of together. And Takma and Sky Crab both having further attempts. Takma, another points qualify right there as he gets to 55. Sky Crab the same way up to 55 as well. Both players with a chance to get a completion and put another 150 points on that board. Takma doesn't need it as much as Sky Crab, though Takma may beat the level. He's up to 75, and he's already beat the level before, and he's got the confidence to do it. 81, still going. And he heads through this final flying, no problem, and there you go. The last cube auto, no problems there, and he will beat the level. Sky Crab unfortunately falling short, but still gaining points on that attempt. And Takma, even with the level that is considered the struggle for these players, Takuma has completed it twice so far. 568 points on this level alone. Compared to Skycrab's 142, Tenno's 62, and Evil still with a giant 0. Farthest attempt right now is Skycrab in the bottom left. Weaving through that straight fly well. His straight fly cadence has been pretty good today. His consistency has lacked in some of the other timings, wave and cube, and honestly just weaving through transitions has been a struggle for him. There's that mini wave right there, no problem. 65, now towards 70. He's going to have points here for sure. And Takuma might as well, up to the top. We got a 50 and counting run for him. We got to 80%. Skycrab might be our second victor of this level. 85, the final ship part. That jump in, that is good. 88% where the level ends, picking up the 150 points as he's gonna roll it right to 100. And in the same way, Takuma might beat it for the third time. The consistency is roared back for him now, 80% into that final ship part as he makes that cube jump. Almost looks like a layout, this ship part, but it doesn't matter. Takuma's gonna beat it, no problem, and bring his completion number up one more again. Now Takuma again way in the lead at this point, as you might imagine, but it's good to see Skycrab putting completion on the board. And do not forget that the goal is to be in the top 2 players. Tenno, they're dying at 69. That'll be points for him as well. What I really want to see is Evil put points on the board. So Tackmaster up 718 over the second place of Skycrab was 292. Overall points are going to be totaled from all 3 levels. The top 2 advance to the next round. So it's still a pretty close battle between the likes of Tenno, Skycrabs, and Evil. You figure you have one player run away with it, and it's going to be a battle for that hot spot in second place. We have another attempt in the top left from Takuma, moving towards 50. This might be one. And you see the consistency just start to come here as we get further along in the time. We're heading towards the end of this round, and Takuma again with points on the board as he rolls past 55. He just is not relenting today. No amount of completion seems to be enough. He will crash there and are in the 70s, but that's still a good amount of points. You see Tenno in the top right just died at 49. That is a rough way to die, just short of that qualifying percent. But he's going to get back to it again. We got 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go on the clock and counting. And with only one race after this might be a good time to cast your predictions in the chat. What do you think? I mean, Takuma likely will get first place. I'm not going to say for sure. This might be, the retention might be a very tough level for these players. But what about second place? We got this 3-way battle for second place that could go any way, especially with retention being a level liked by all 4 players. Who do you think? Who do you think's going to take it? Takuma, 44% and counting up towards 50. He's still going towards another qualifying percent. And you see the signal for that qualifying percentage is getting into that dual wave, and that he does. And he will put more points on his listing under gridlocked. And maybe pay attention to Skycrab below, who's also getting up to 55, and he will have points too. But how many is the question? Can he complete the level for the second time and start to pull away from the other 2 players in this round? Takuma. Another time he jumps and he will complete the level. That is quite a feat right there. Completing it again. Skycrab falls short of a completion, but still picking up qualifying percentage right there. It will be 61 for him, and for Takuma, 4 completions. I mean, he could equal or go above his completion number on the flawless, and that is impressive, especially since this level is more difficult and inconsistent than the flawless, and in Takuma's opinion, much less enjoyable. But it is all about consistency, and these players At least most of them practiced a lot in the past week when they learned what levels they will be playing. Some of them even going as far to beat them twice in a row to really ensure that consistency. And it does show here for some of the players today with so many completions within such a short amount of time. We got another far run from Takma. As for the other players, not much to say. 938, Takma may break 1,000 points here on this level as well. Certainly no other player will have the time to do that. But Takma might do it right here. If he can get up past 70, he will break that margin. Up to 66, still going. And yes, he will be in the 1,000-point area after this attempt, no matter where he dies. But maybe he can get another 50 bonus points if he keeps that consistency up through the final 8% here of the level. The final ship coming up. But he does die at the last ship, 84%. That's not a death I would have expected. Maybe a little bit of a bug there because of the moving objects, not sure. Or maybe just late on the click pattern. But still, doing very well and into the 1,000-point area as we continue to count down towards the 0 number. 2 minutes to go and 9 seconds on the clock. And the players are still going strong. Evil still with 0 points. You hope he can just get a couple up there. Just kind of put a little notion up there that he's even in this level, though he did say that he did not play this level until Friday night, so that is going to affect your ability to be consistent, especially in a game like Geometry Dash Takma here on the left side, already up towards 55 again. He will get more points. At this point, does he even need the points? That would be a question I would pose, but neither here nor there. He might have another completion. This would be number 5 if he can do it here. He's up towards the final 8% of the level. He died at 84 in the last attempt. He made it far. How is he going to take 84 again? Easily. He flies, he jumps, and he is through. That is a completion. Another one. 5 on the day for Takma in Gridlocked. And don't forget the 6 on the Flawless. He has been tearing it up today. Skycrab again with another good attempt, but he will crash around 61. That's points on the board, but nothing more than 61. Consistency in GD is built over a period of time, so you can't just play a level for a couple hours and expect to be consistent, especially with the difficulty coming here with extreme demons. So definitely not playing the level until the final moment was not the best idea. The timer is at 18 seconds. Final attempts coming up here. Evil still with nothing. Takma now up over 1,172 points, and he might put more up on the board right now. The timer is close to 0, and it is done. This Takma attempt will count. And he might beat it for the 6th time, equaling his completions that he had on the Flawless if he can get to the end here. 65% and still going. How will he take the final 20% of the level? That mini wave, no problem. Seems to be hard, at least visually, but hasn't been difficult for him. The final ship, again, he died at 84 before it gets past it. Still going, flying with a good cadence, and yes, he will beat it 6 times. What a way to finish out this round. That's going to put another 150 on the board, bringing him up towards 1,500. And with 6 completions, I mean, how can you complain? That is unbelievable. And it will end this round. And it will be time to check in with the players and see how they're feeling. Now through 2 races and with only 1 left to go here on the day. So how you guys feeling? Tenno, Evil, Skycrab? I mean, Evil, 0 points on this level, and that's gotta be tough on you, right?
What? I can't believe... Wait.
Wait, I
Holy
got
shit.
0 points?
Yeah, 55 was the qualifying percentage. So
Oh,
zero for
I
you.
beat it. What?
Yeah.
oh my god.
Did I get 0? I'm
No,
confused.
evil.
No,
Evil got
not
0.
you, Sky Crab. Not you. Evil.
Yeah, Sky Crab, you had one
Yeah.
completion plus a bunch of like 66s, 76. So a decent show of
Oh, yeah,
consistency.
okay.
But it is Takma, guys. Guys, Takma beat it 6 times. 6
Oh,
times.
shit.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Takma is like by far. I feel like he's just like Riff in the last one. Dude, he's basically Riff.
Yeah, and I remember Riff. I watched a little bit of that stream, and just seems like every attempt he was getting at least to 50%. And
Dude.
we're seeing that again with Takma. What a way to end round 2. But hey, second place is still open for all 3 of you guys. It's not that far away. It's going to depend on how you perform in retention. So, I mean, I guess a little bit of mention of how you guys feeling about retention. I mean, I know you guys all rated that as your favorite level out of the 3. So, what are you thinking?
Retention is pretty cool. I like it. I haven't done a rebeat actually. I thought I died at the last click at 97.
Oh.
So, but it's a cool level. I'm looking forward to it.
That's good to hear. So, yeah, we're going to head to the break, guys. Remember, Takma up by a lot of points, almost uncountable. And second place still open to the rest of these players. We will see you after the break. This is live coverage of the GD World Tournament.
What are the points?
All right, so time has elapsed on the break. And we are back to begin the third round. Hope all of you can prepare for attention, get ready as we are about to start the final round. So prepare. Your screens while I prepare the timer. And we will get going here. Final round as we get set up. The scores overall: Tackmaster with 2,526, followed by Skycrab in second with 1,520. Tenno right behind in third with 983, and Evil bringing up the rear in fourth place with 447. A lot of work to do in retention, but this is the level to do it, all enjoyed by all four of these players. And it really will be a battle for second here. All players with a chance to at least finish second place, depending on how good they are in the final 20 minutes. With that being said, players, are you guys ready to begin?
Yes.
Well, Evil Stream is again frozen.
Evil Stream is event frozen. All right, let's figure that out. I don't know why. I didn't do it. I didn't like change anything about it. I'll just reload it again.
Okay, it works now, I think.
Yeah. Well, I just reloaded it, so then I'm gonna do a quick boom, and then boom. There we go. Should be good now. All right, so I'm gonna count us in, everybody, and just get on the retention screen and be ready to go. All right. I'm gonna count down from 5 here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. The final 20 minutes is counting down. And all players will jump into retention. This is the final level. And the final opportunity for players to make up ground that they did not have through Gridlocked. They're all getting going here on retention. It seems to be a little bit more consistent so far. And I'll be updating you on the overall scores of these players throughout this round. I'm going to tell you that qualifying percentage is 65, and we can see that Takma might be hitting that mark already on his first attempt. And let's see if he does. He's up towards 65 and going, and he will crash at 62, just short of the mark. But that spells really good for the next 20 minutes if he's going to be able to be consistent like that right out of the gate. Something we saw on the Flawless that resulted in 6 completions. Look at Skycrab down below, who's heading towards 65, and we have our first qualifying player, 65%. And he's still going to 75. How will we take the final 80%? Couple double spikes there, actually 3. No problem. Those are a little bit more stressful than you think as it's on slow speed, but he will crash at 89. He will pick up points and draw closer to a completion here, which he definitely will need if he wants to make up ground on Tackmaster. To the top left we go, 50% at the halfway point and still going towards 60. 65 is the number you need to reach. How will he do? 62 again. That's the second 62 death for Takma today. And we're not even that far into the level, so that's going to be a choke point for him, it seems. Takma did not have too much to say about retention, but he did say 62 was one of the hardest parts for him, and as well as 95. So hopefully we won't see a 95 death. That would be devastating, though. If that's a point that he is used to choking at, it may happen. Player's off to a little bit of a slow start still on this level, but seems to be a little bit more comfortable as opposed to some of the other levels. As we see a Tino get qualifying percent right there, put up points on the board. 1077. He's about 600 behind Skycrab, so he needs to focus here. But he definitely is capable of pulling that last 600 points and overtaking Skycrab for second place. We got to the bottom left corner. We have Skycrab up to 65, and yes, he will be getting points again. No problem through the middle part of this level. 62 does not seem to be a difficult part for him. And you see how that differs from player to player. Some parts that are hard for some players are not necessarily hard for others. The three double spikes right there, no problem. The final duel, little asymmetrical, cube and robot. And he may beat the level right here. First completion coming from Skycrab. Yes, it will. GG pops up at 97. And he heads through that final couple percent to put 100 plus the bonus 50 on the board. And that's a good way to stay ahead of Tino, who is not far behind. Again, the points distribution has seemed to stratify pretty well. And it's going to be hard for any player to make a true comeback. They're going to have to be fast. 1759 for Skycrab, now over 700 points above Tino here. We have a 56 death over there. Oh, is he in practice mode right now? We got a practice mode from Evil right now. As he works through that duel part, he seems to be just not ready for it. And he's going to take some of his 20 minutes to work on the level in question. Is it a bug he's working out or just can't figure out the duel? I don't know. But as he's doing that, Skycrab blows right by him, getting to 65 again, and will put more points in his column. 75% and still going. This 1.9 level has an Spectro feel, to be honest. Reminds me a little bit of a Lexicov as far as decoration goes. And it is a pretty popular level. A lot of good reviews in general about the gameplay in this level. He does crash just short of the end. Oh, that's tough on Skycrab. But he's doing really well so far on this level. He's like the Takma of retention right now. Skycrab now nearing the 2,000 mark. Takma still only with 25-26. And Skycrab might be making a challenge for the lead. Takma has struggled to get past that qualifying percentage. 62 has been rough on him so far in these 20 minutes. But look at Tino now making some strides to put his name back in contention. To 70% we go, and he will be qualifying here, coming short at 74.25 if you read the decimals. Sorry. But he will get the 74 right there. And it's good to see that at least he won't end with a 0 here on retention. Evil, back in normal mode. And he does crash at that duel that he was just practicing, and that's going to be rough to look at. Not really a positive situation for him if that duel is going to prove to be more difficult. And the mental game's got to be tough right there. You think it's just physical, but that mental aspect of not being confident in that duel is really going to hurt him here in the final level. We got Skycrab again. Up past 62 to 65 with points on the board, but that's where he will fall, qualifying but barely. And he will draw nearer to Takma, who dies at 60 right there. But he still has a ways to go. What about Tenno? On the right side here through this asymmetrical cube and ship duel, no problem. He seems to have it figured out, unlike Evil, who still is struggling there. He does come short of the good percentage, though. But I'm sure he'll get back there. He's been relatively consistent in the last few minutes. this might be a good time to remind you to give a big thanks to all the people who put on this production every week. Rico and all the counters in the background, counting every qualifying percentage from these players and entering their scores into the official level points counter that we have set up, as well as all of the players who have agreed to play in this competition. Big thanks to all of them for doing all that. Show your support and drop a follow on the stream, as well as join the Discord. Sky Crab coming short there at 73. He will qualify, but not get anywhere near a completion, which he does have on this level so far. Sky Crab still has yet to break the 2,000 mark, but Takma has yet to get points. And this is scary for him. Takma 0, Evil 0. 10:01:68. And Sky Crab with 474, easily the most successful player in this level so far. Takma making another push towards the qualifying percent, as well as Sky Crab, who is almost in sync attempt-wise with Takma. How will Takma deal with 62, a percent that's killed him so many times today? He will go up there and do the same thing a little bit early on that click. At least it looked as such, and he will crash at 62. Sky Crab as well, coming short. And 62 has been his best run so far on this level. And honestly, with Sky Crab's massive consistency, it's going to be a difficult final 5 minutes in order for Takma to stay ahead in first place. Now again, the top two will succeed in moving on to the next round. But having that first place is a little bit of a confidence boost and bragging rights. You can say that you bested 3 other players that are very high on the Pointer Crate Demons ranking, if you can get first place today. Let's talk about Sky Crab a little bit. If I can find his file here. His hardest is Arctic Lights, and he's working on many extremes. He's working currently on Base Cave, which he really wants to beat soon. I'm sure with his skill level, he will have no trouble beating that soon. He will qualify at the bottom there, but something seems to froze up for him. He will get points, though, I believe. He was up past 66 right there. But that's a little bit of stream tech difficulty right there, visually. But no problem. And that's why we have those officials. For any slight hiccups in the streams, we want to make sure we have many eyes seeing what the points are and being able to count. Evil has slowed down here. The stream is not sewed up. I will try reloading it, but he might just be paused or struggling to come away with here. No, it seemed to be just a difficulty on the side of me. Sorry about that, but Evil is going to actually, as we just tuned back into his stream, he's up towards 65, and there's points for Evil. Unless he's in practice mode, I don't think so, though. 75, and he will get 74, new best, and there's a good way to re-enter Evil's stream with points on the board, 74 to be exact. And now Tackmuster is the only one to not have points, but he makes that statement a lie as I say it. Up to 75 and counting he goes. Will he beat it on his first qualifying run? 81, 82. And he will crash at 85, and Tackmaster is back in the game with an attempt finally past 62. Finally breaks through that membrane that's held him back. And every little point that Takma gets here is going to be very important, because it's one more point that that Sky Crab will have to get to overtake first place. Again, Sky Crab, rating retention 7 out of 10. He thinks the 62 click is hard, and he doesn't enjoy the dual part in the level either. I believe the dual part that Evil has been practicing a little bit earlier struggled a little bit on that part indeed. But he's been good so far. Consistency has been high for him. Cannot complain. And he's put himself back in the running for first place because of how good he's been so far on this level. We have a 45 up there on the left from Takma. Maybe another good run coming up from him. 62 is a big number for him. Killed him so many times today. So definitely not out of the clear unless he can pass that number. Here we come to 62. He's up to that blue orb, and he does pass it. And that will be qualifying right there as he rolls towards 70%. The last 30% up and coming here. This level goes right to the last couple percent before it brings you to an end. He's at 85 and still going. Those double spikes, no problem. This final dual part with the robot and the cube. Still going strong. Good cadence on his clicks, but he comes up short at 95. Seems to be a little further ahead. Hit that orb, that green orb, a little bit late. And he ended up flying too far as the cube and running right into that spike at the edge of the block. And that's going to give him points, but just short of the completion. And honestly, whether you're in a race or not, dying at 95 cannot be fun. Cannot be exciting to come that close and just fall short. Sky Crab only within 500 points of Tackmaster. Will he make the comeback of the century here with 5 minutes to go? It's going to be a slim to none chance, but it's still out there and possible. And again, it will be about maintaining a good level of focus and not letting the consistency lack here in the last 5 minutes. They got to be tired at this point. They've been playing straight for an hour. Slight breaks in between. But again, the pressure of a race is definitely overbearing. And that might have been the effect on some of these players today. We got a pause there from Taco on the top. Maybe just a quick rest of the finger. And sometimes even like a 10-second break, pausing and just collecting your thoughts and just clearing your head is going to be the way that you'll be able to come back and be more consistent in the next attempt. I know for sure that, at least for myself, even taking 5 seconds to look away or pause just allows my body to reset. And sometimes that's when I'll play my best. But compared to these players, I am not an impressive player at all. These players certainly able to do feats in Geometry Dash that wouldn't have been imagined years ago. And even if they do not qualify in the top 2 and get to that next round, all of their performances are definitely super, super impressive. We got another further attempt out from Takma here over the 55 mark. He's towards 65. That click coming up that he's died at many times, he gets through it. And now he'll have a chance to beat the level. How will he see 95 if he gets to it again? He still has 20% to cover before that previous death point will come up again. Into the 3 spikes right there. That's the mark that we're getting further towards 80. And he's still going strong. No problems with the duel. Definitely a confusing duel to look at, but once you learn it, it has a sense of flow to it. And he does pass that 95 click, beating the level and completing every single level today at least once. Now, I don't know if he's going to get 6 completions on the day. There's not time for that. But that's a good way to stay in front. 154 points again for Tackmaster, and he's very close to 3,000 total points on the day. We got a good attempt from Evil down there. He's finally getting through that duel that he's practiced. Maybe he will pull up points here. This could be good, but no, that 62 click that's got Takma so many times ends up turning around and being evil to evil. Not letting him pass, and he comes just 3% short. And Tenno's playing the flawless right now, unless the stream is in the wrong place. I will reload unless that's just completely my fault, but that can't be right. Has he given up? Let this advertisement on this Twitch stream play through. Doing my little part to support Tino's stream. But we got Sky Crab in the bottom left up towards 80. This could be a chance for him to beat the level. Jumps over these spikes and still going. This would be another completion for him as he's already beaten the level so far today. 90% and still going. That 95 click coming up. Will he be too far on it? No, he won't. And he will beat the level, crossing the final platform and heading to 100% is Sky Crab, putting 150 on the board, but it might be too little too late to make a jump towards first place. Takma again pulling up just short of that qualifying percent. And that might have been me there on his stream, or maybe he did take a quick break to touch the flawless, and Tino back there on retention, coming up a little short there. I don't know what that whole thing was. I didn't touch anything, but who knows? Sky Crab with 2 completions on retention, so the first time that a level might be completed by more times by another player besides Takma. And with 1 minute and 25 seconds to go, it really is almost set who will be advancing. Again, we got another good attempt from Takma in the top left corner towards 60, and the same type of percentage value for Sky Crab as well. He gets past that 62 click. He seems to have figured it out and earned consistency on it. Sky Crab will fall just short of the qualifying, while Takma is still going to 75, and he might tie that point of completion number with Sky Crab right here. And we see Evil getting quite far there, but again, struggling middle of the level. 90% still going. He jumps for the last part here, and he dies at 95 again. Still a little bit far after that orb click right beforehand. And that's still 95 points, but it looks like Sky Crab will pull away in this round with the most completions. 18 seconds and counting down on the clock. Final attempts coming up for these players. What happened there? Oh, there we go. And the time is done. Final attempt for Takma here in the top left. And these players will be done. Tino finished. Sky Crab in his final attempt. Evil done as he died past the 0 mark. Takma is the only one left, and he will crash short of qualifying. And that will be the end of this round. And that will bring the full race to a close. And before I announce our final scores and our winner, be a good time to check in with the players and see how they're doing. We'll wait for them to unmute. And pause and resettle. All right, and it seems like everybody's back undeafened. And we have brought this race to a close. And before I announce our final scores, how do you guys feel about this last level? Disappointed? Happy with your performance? What do you got to say?
Pretty fine, to be honest. I don't know, I got three qualifying runs, or 4. I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, this was one of the tougher levels, definitely, especially compared to the flawless. Sky Crab definitely had the higher performance on this level with 2 completions and many qualifying runs, upwards of 10. But yeah, Tenno, you had 4 on the level. Tackmaster again 4
Ooh.
with just 1 completion, and Evil 2. So not bad, but it seems like this level was also tougher than the flawless. But with that being said, the final scores for this group are Tenno with 1288, Tackmaster with 2951, Evil with 587, and Sky Crab with 2358. Now just recently updated to 2425. I guess the officials were a little slow there, but there the number jumps up a little bit, coming just 500 points short of Tackmaster, and that will put Tackmaster in first place, Sky Crab in second, and both of them will be advancing to the next round of the GD World Tournament's European Cup. And we hope you guys will join in next time when we show that. So let's take a look at what our chat thinks about all this. Don't forget to join the Discord and the YouTube for the GD World Tournament. Drop a sub. Join the Discord so you can be updated on all the news and features coming up in the coming videos. And we will choose to raid somebody at this point. Let me pull up Twitch so I can do this raid. I think I'll have to actually log in on Google with the account.
Will come in
Let
and help
me
as
do
Atomic
that.
with full boost in middle.
Let me pull it up on a different tab. Yeah.
I think we should raid DDM.
Okay, we can do that.
It's been a while, Jim.
Let's see. Boom.
So the raid would be ready.
Yeah. Yep, I am pulling it up now. I have to log in on Twitch on Google.
No, I already did the raid. Like I
you
just
already
need to
did?
click on one button.
Okay. I'll click it then. All right. Whew.
I'm gonna end stream. Goodbye, everybody who watched.
Yeah, good job, guys, today.
Hmm?
Tough race.
Oh shit.
All right. That was hard on the voice too. Goodness, the whole time. Again, I apologize for a couple of the hiccups there with the stream. Just first time figuring it all out, but yeah, that wouldn't be too much of an issue in the future.